I have a blowout winning free play from this algorithmic system that is one of the most profitable sports betting strategies and algorithms on earth. And no, I didn't make this algorithm up on Google or some nonsense like you see all these scam handicappers doing it. This algorithm has over 9,000 individual picks that it's been trained on and have all been recorded, as you can see, inside this data. Now, I will be giving you a free pick from this algorithm because I don't sell dreams and I'm not like all these other guys on the internet, right? I'm going to be upfront and honest with you about what it takes to succeed in this game of sports betting because let me tell you right now, right? It's extremely easy when you have the right mindset about this game. However, if you don't have the right mindset, it will never work out for you. So let's get right into it. Let's get into exactly how my system works, how it functions, and how you are going to win. So this is not a normal strategy where you see all these guys handicapping games. This is a purely algorithmic approach. And when I say algorithmic, we look for things that are repeatable and replicatable. Now what that means basically, in long story short, if somebody has a system that relies on certain data points and certain factors to happen in the game, those factors don't repeat themselves, which means that it's impossible to build a long-term, consistent, and profitable system when you have factors and you have things that come into play that don't happen over and over and over again, right? So you're pretty much having a new strategy every single play because one time you're saying, oh, I like this bet because of the pitching matchups, and then another time you're saying I like this bet because the line's moving this way. Like you see how there's a different strategy there? So again, that's not what we do. We actually have a consistently profitable strategy. As you can see, this is the monthly ROI performance for over 2 years now. We have only had one losing month. We've had some small winning months, but every single month we have some big winning months as well. We have some small ones, but that is why this strategy is consistently profitable over the long run with 2 years of back data that's showing you exactly how profitable it is. Now, let's break down exactly what our 6 strategies are, because inside the algorithm, there are 6 individual strategies, as you can see right here, that look at different factors. So the first strategy is our prop engine. So this is a player prop projections model where we are basically figuring out the fair price for each prop. And when the sportsbook's price is better than our fair price by a safe margin, we're posting it. Now, the idea here is we're thinking in the model of the store is selling it cheaper than it's actually worth, and we are taking advantage of that pricing mismatchup. Then we're tracking if the closing line moves in our direction, meaning we're getting effectively positive CLV on that play. And CLV and positive expected value are the only things that matter in this game of sports betting. And if anybody tells you anything otherwise, they're lying to you. So that's the first system. The second system is the syndicate pulse. Right? When several sports books all move in the same direction around the same time, that means that the market has learned something important. We detect these group moves and estimate a fair price and only post if the current price is still behind. We don't want to get in before the crowd finishes moving the number, right? So we are basically obviously watching the moves that the sports books make, and we are seeing if the current price is still behind the fair price that we're estimating. So let's move to the line ops wire. When sportsbooks raise betting limits and move a line, there's a sign that they respect a new price. We only post the best of those signals with a clear don't chase the past number. The goal is simple: beat the final closing line. Now, this is no new strategy. People have been obviously using this strategy. People just don't have access to either the data or they're not disciplined enough to actually track it to the level that we do. But we're basically trying to beat the closing line, and that's what we've been able to do, as you can see here with our win rates, our ROI percentages, our profit, and our CLV, our median CLV. Now, in addition to that, we have the ratings gap lab. We are combining a few public power ratings to make our own team strength number, and from that, we are calculating what the spread in total should be. And if the morning market is far enough from our number, we'll post it. Basically, like simply put, it's like buying a stock below our estimation of what the true fair value is. Then we have our market mismatch. We're comparing price across many books. If one book is way off from the average price, the gap usually closes. So we're going to post that number. It's simple and repeatable. It's a way to capture small, steady edges. That's a nice, easy, straightforward strategy. Then we have our situational matrix strategy. Some games change because of travel, rest, altitude, weather, referee style, etc. right? We're turning those factors into a single score and adjust what we think the fair line should be. If the morning market hasn't fully priced those factors in, we're posting that edge. Those are our 6 edges, and the shared habits across all 6 is we always make our own fair price first, and we're only posting math when it says it's positive. Now, this is very similar to a strategy that Billy Walters, one of the most profitable sports bettors ever, implied, and he created his own lines, he created his own data, and then based on how far Vegas's data was from his own data, then he would take the plays. So how well has this strategy actually performed? Let's go through the ROI. Over 2,000 picks, we've had a 58.5% win rate on our prop engine strategy with a 17.3% ROI. Now, over the total, we've had a 9,800 picks taken. We have profited over 1,000 units with the mean expected value around 4% and the overall win rate sitting at 58.3%. And if anybody knows anything about sports betting, right, a 58% win rate is extremely profitable. Now, we can also go in and understand the number one reason why most people lose at sports betting is because they don't have a proven and they have a profitable system. They don't have anything like this. They're not even close. The number one reason is, and if you or your favorite handicapper can't tell me all of the data above, they don't have a system and they are lying to you. Now, I equate this to, there's actually a building. I know you guys can't see. There's a building being constructed right to the right of me. And it's being built. It's being built with concrete. They have people working on that building every single day. If you can't tell me this data and you are trying to take sports betting seriously and trying to win and trying to make money, and you can't tell me this important data, you would be doing the equivalent of building that building. Just guess. Everybody would show up on the job site. You know what they'd say? Okay, today we're just going to pour the concrete a little this way. Today we're going to not measure anything out this way. We're just going to pour it in there and we're going to see. We don't know how much it's going to settle. We don't know if this is actually going to work. We don't know anything. We have no idea. And me personally, and what I hope for all of you guys, is you don't put your money behind anything like that. Because if you put your money behind things that you don't know, that aren't a calculated risk, then you are just wasting money. And if you're wasting money, then probably sports betting isn't for you, because the way I like to look at sports betting, this is a business opportunity. This is a business opportunity where we can capitalize on it if we have the right strategy, we have the right systems. Just like the way they look at that building that they're being built. Some investors sat down and said, we want to build a $200 million project because we think we can make $20 or $40 million off of it when we sell this building later on down the road. Now, they aren't doing that. They aren't even going to get close to making that profit if they have people showing up on that job site every day not knowing what they're doing and not having a system or an edge, not having a proven and profitable and, most importantly, replicatable strategy. Imagine if they tried to pour the concrete and each time the concrete came out with different dimensions or different sizes, or it took a different amount of time to cure. That would be idiotic. So it has to be proven, it has to be replicatable. And let's show you exactly how proven and replicatable it is. Right? Over those 9,000 picks, this is the monthly performance. This is the monthly cumulative profit and loss statement from the data. This is obviously the monthly ROI performance. And let's go down and let's look at the monthly breakdowns here. As you can see, month over month, we are extremely profitable. And we can actually go over here. Here's an even clearer monthly breakdown. We have only had one losing month. And remember, I showed you that losing month over here. That was this one losing month where we were down 7%. But beyond that, everything else is extremely profitable. We're getting a 20, 12, 19%, 17%, 7%, 6, 19, 11, 18, 19. As you can see, we are having a very healthy ROI. Very, very healthy, with profits ranging from as low as 6 units all the way up to 58, 67 units, 79, 75, and with a 61% win rate. I mean, absolutely crushing. Now, the median CLV that we're getting ranges from, as low as, I would say, about 0.3 to all the way up to 1% and 1.05% in some cases. The mean expected value, or the average expected value in this case, is always between 3 to 4%, give or take. So with that being said, right, let's continue breaking down exactly how these systems did last night. And before I go into that, I want to show you guys the closing line value analysis, as you can see, if you guys know and want to see that. And by the way, just to let you guys know that this is completely legit, every single data point is tracked inside the spreadsheet. So no funny business, no Google Doc, nonsense. Everything is tracked. The game, the pick strategy, posted odd, closing line odd, CLV, expected value results, profit confidence, etc. So let's break down. Now let's go over to the. Now yesterday, how did the strategy perform? As you can see, we are inside the Discord now. This is where we kind of share the insights and the strategies that we're locking in every single day. Yesterday, Tuesday, August 26th. We had a final record of 4-2, which is a 66.7% win rate. We risked 4.9 units and we netted 2.1 units for an ROI of 42% and an average CLV of 0.012%. Now, the pick by pick breakdown, how did we do? The prop engine pick was Aaron Judge over 1.5 total bases at plus 105. That won, giving us a profit of 0.84 units. The Syndicate Pulse pick was another win. That was a Cleveland Guardians minus 1.5 at plus 135. That won. The Guardians won 3-0, covered by 1.5 runs. Then the Ratings Gap Lab pick won as well, giving us plus 1.24 units. The pick was Atlanta Braves minus 1.5 at plus 155. We can also go in and we can see the CLV. CLV on this play was plus 1.8%. Line moved to plus 115. CLV on this play was plus 2.2%. Line moved to plus 125. Now, the sharp money obviously signal was spot on here. Perfect rudge on the Judge Gore matchup. Then we have the power ratings identified huge value on ATL and it crushed. This was a plus 2.5% CLV move. Line moved to plus 145. And then the market mismatch play also won, giving us plus 0.5 units, which was Twins plus 1.5 at minus 140. The Twins won 7-5 outright. We had 1.2% of CLV. Line moved to minus 150. We had stale line value paid off. Minnesota won as underdogs. Now, we also lost 1.7 units. So we lost 2 plays last night. We lost the lineups wire play, which was minus 0.9 units. And we lost the situational matrix play, which was minus 0.8 units. Now, why did we lose? Even though we only got negative CLV on one of the plays, right? This play still had positive CLV, which is important to note because when you're looking at the overall profitability of a strategy, you want to see how many plays you're getting positive CLV on. We got positive CLV on every play except one. Line moved to minus 115. And the analysis behind that is like, why did it lose? Both offenses really just exploded despite the favorable pitching matchup that we had. Now, here we had he had a really dominant performance, negated situational factors. So again, nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do. That always happens. So what worked? Sharp money signals, power ratings, player props, and market inefficiencies, right? What didn't work? Total bets. Both the over-under plays failed, and we underestimated this guy's dominance. That's fine, no problem. That's all things that the simulation takes into account. Now, key takeaways is positive CLV on 5 of the 6 plays. Super important. Plus 2.34 unit profitability, right? And then a 47.3% ROI and a 4-2 record. So very solid. 83% of plays, again, had positive CLV, where the average CLV moved plus 1.2%. Obviously, Purdue's were beating the market in that case. Now, the bankroll impact. Right now, with a 100-unit bankroll, we risked 4.9 units. We profited 2.3 units. Our new bankroll would be 102 with a daily growth of 2%. Very, very solid. Now, again, if you guys want to get access to all of these plays every single day, right? I want to chat with you one-on-one. I want to have a call with you. I want to discuss exactly how you feel these systems could benefit you because once again, right, I don't work with anybody. I work with a few people one-on-one to give them access to these plays. As you can see, we have, these plays are only given out to people that are extremely serious about being profitable. That's the most important thing. Extremely serious about being profitable. So I don't give these plays out to anybody. Now, these plays are, if you want to obviously get access to these plays, I want you to click the link down below, and I want you to book a call with me one-on-one. That way we can chat about your situation. That way we can chat about how I can help you out at the highest level. And that way I can make sure you're the right fit of the type of person that wants to win consistently and tail these plays and obviously tail this consistently profitable strategy, most importantly, right? And secondly, let's get into our free play of the day. Now, again, all of these plays were posted in the Discord, as you guys can see. Now, the free play of the day is in the Syndicate Pulse section. And as we can see, we have Philadelphia Phillies at -110. This is a 8.4 out of 10 confidence level with an EV expected to be plus 5.3%. Now, let's go through the analysis of what the software is seeing for this specific play. The Syndicate Pulse has detected a powerful, coordinated, sharp money move on Philadelphia across 5 major books within a 15-minute window, starting at 1:23 p.m. Pinnacle, Circa, also known as the Sharp Books, Chris, Bookmaker, Heritage, all moved the line from plus 105 to minus 110, with total handle increasing 340% during this period, a textbook Tier 1 syndicate signal. The algorithm classified this as a high confidence because the move occurred against public sentiment, 67% of the tickets backing the Mets at home. During this peak sharp betting hours, Zach Wheeler brings significant edge to this matchup. He's 4-1 with a 2.12 ERA in his last 6. And I don't want to keep boring you to death with all these statistics, but this represents a classic example of professional money identifying value before the market fully adjusts to the true profitability and probability, right? So again, this is how the system works. This is how we are obviously consistently beating Vegas and profiting in the sports betting world. If you guys have any questions, make sure you are chatting with me on Instagram DMs. If you guys want to take advantage of all of the premium plays that we have posted every single day right here, as you can see, and tail my full algorithms, the full breakdown that I showed you guys earlier, make sure you are booking in a one-on-one call with me via the link in the description. And on top of that, I will see you guys in the next video. Let's cash out tonight. Peace.